to singing and voice training class. So we've talked about the component of singing, and we've talked about the pitch, the reading, the diction, the breath. Now we are looking at the last component of singing, and that is what? Voice. And that is voice. So the voice is a very important thing that we have to take note, because as a singer, your voice is your money. Yes, your voice is your money, so you have to take care of it. There are informations, there are things that you need to know about your voice. So in the previous component, excuse me, I've explained to us about the way voice is being produced. There was a diagram that was showed on the board, and I want us to go over it again and watch it. So how voice is being produced, and I told us that when the air passes through the larynx, I told us that the larynx, which is the voice box, and there's a vocal cord there, which help us to be able to voice out. Whenever the vocal cord in the larynx open, then you will be able to produce sound, and we will be able to sing with our voice. So there are basic voice terminologies that we are going to look at. The first terminology that we are going to look at is the head voice. The head voice, chest voice, vocal range, tessitura, vocal weight, and register changes. So I'm going to start with the first one, the head voice. The head voice is the highest voice that you use for singing, the highest voice, while the chest voice is the what? The lowest voice that you use for singing. So take note of this, because in the remaining part of this video, I'll be making use of this word, head voice. So when I say head voice, you know I'm talking about highest voice. When I'm talking about chest voice, you know that I'm talking about the lowest voice. And there's another one which we call the middle voice. And the vocal range, yes, the vocal range is the highest voice and the lowest voice. So take note of that. Vocal range is what? The highest voice and the lowest voice. Let's say, for example, now this is C major scale. This is C major scale. This C, this is another C. You can see that this one is low, this one is what? High. So take note of that. This is another C. This is another C. So you can see. So, and the tessitura. Tessitura have to do with your comfortable vocal range. That is, when you are singing, you need to know your comfortable vocal range. It's very important. You should not imitate other singers. You said you want to be like them. No, your own natural voice is different from theirs. So you have to discover your own tessitura. So your tessitura have to do with what? Your comfortable and your convenient vocal range. So take note of that, because I will make use of these words I'm explaining in the video. And the vocal weight. The vocal weight have to do with the heaviness or the lightness of your voice. Look at this now. It's very, very high. Very soft. So the vocal weight. And the last one, which is the register changes. Register changes have to do with how you change your voice from high to low, from low to middle. It's just like when you are driving a car. You know, in the car you have gear number 1, 2, 1, 2. You are in the traffic, you know how to. For those people that can drive, they know what I'm saying. So you change the gear. You move from gear 1 to 2, from gear 2 to 3 to 4, like that, and so on and so forth. So when we are driving, just like the way we change G, in singing too, we change G. Look at this now. This is a register. This is another register. So that is that on the terms that are related to voice training, to voice, the basic component, the basic terms rather that you have to know on voice. So now let's quickly look at the various voice types, the male voice and the female voice patch. We have 4 major types of voices that is commonly used by male. So the first one is the countertenor. The countertenor. So the countertenor, so this is the vocal range. Don't forget, I explained the meaning of vocal range to you. I told you that the highest and the lowest voice. So for the countertenor is the highest male voice. The countertenor is the highest male voice, followed by the tenor. The tenor is the second highest male voice. Now the baritone is the middle voice between the tenor and the bass. So it's the middle voice. And the bass is the lowest. So take note of that. So for the male voice, the countertenor is the highest male voice. The tenor is the second highest male voice. The baritone is the middle voice between the tenor and the bass, while the bass is the lowest male voice. So the highest male voice, countertenor. Second highest male voice, tenor. The baritone is the middle voice between the tenor and the bass. So the bass is the lowest male voice. Now let's go to the female voice. Now the female voice, the soprano is the highest female voice. The highest female voice. The mezzo-soprano. The mezzo-soprano is the middle voice for female, while the contralto, you can either call it contralto or you call it what? Alto, is the lowest female voice. Now, in conclusion on this, the countertenor and the contralto, I want you to look at the vocal range. You discover that the vocal range for the countertenor is E3 to E5, is almost the same thing with the contralto. So the countertenor that the men use for singing is slightly equivalent to the alto voice part for the female. So take note of that. So that is that on the types of voice that we use in singing. So take note of this. Know this: countertenor, tenor, baritone, bass for male, female, soprano, mezzo-soprano, and contralto. There's another voice part which we call sopranino. That is the that is it's not that very common for you to see that voice part. You can Google it, go and make research on it. Sopranino voice part. It's not that very common, but these are the common voice parts that we have. So I'm just going to help you by this. If you say that you are singing the bass voice part, I'm going to play a sound on the piano. If your voice can be able to do that, it means you are actually singing on the bass voice part, because the bass voice part is not that very common. I hope you can hear this sound. If your voice can make this sound, then it means you are a bass singer. If your voice is not making this sound, my brother, don't stress yourself, you are not a bass singer. I know my own voice parts, that I'm not a bass singer. You can see, I'm opening my mouth. I'm trying to make this sound, but it's not what? It's not coming up. It's not my voice parts. So if you are not on the bass voice part, definitely it's either your voice is here or here. So let's try this one at the baritone. You can see now, this one is easy for me now. So it's part of my own voice part. So I sing on baritone. So if you cannot sing on bass as a man, you should be able to sing on what? On baritone. And if you are finding it difficult to sing on baritone, just try to make this sound. If you are watching this video, if it's possible for you to make the sound, good. And if it's not possible, don't stress yourself. So let's move to the tenor. Now for tenor singer. If this one is possible for you, then it means it's easy for me. I don't know if it's convenient for you. Then it means you fall under this category of tenor singer. Now, if you want to confirm if you are a counter tenor, so you have to belong to this four. Counter tenor. It means if your voice is possible to make this sound, it means you are a counter tenor singer. So take note of that. So for the bass, you see, I'm opening my mouth. I'm trying to what? To make this sound. It's not possible for me because it's not my vocal range. It's not my voice part. So try it too as you are watching this video. It may be convenient for you. The next one, the baritone. It's easy for me. I don't know about you. It is easy for you to make that sound. The next one, tenor. And the last one. So practice it on your own. Now, the ladies, the female, let's go to your own voice part. So I'm going to start with the soprano voice part. Okay? If your voice can make this sound, it's not my own voice part, so I can see. Look, just watch me. You see, I'm opening my mouth. I'm trying to make this sound, but it's not possible. Why? Because it's not my own voice part. As a lady, it's possible for you. It may be possible for you. It depends on your own natural voice. So, if you are finding this one difficult, it means you are not a soprano singer. But if you find it easy to make this sound, it means you are a soprano singer. And the next one, the mezzo soprano. Now, if you are able to sing on this, not hearing any sound from me. It's not my voice part. It may be easy for you. So try it as you are watching this video. And the last but not the least, which is the alto. The alto, or we call it contra alto. So it's easy for me, so it's also my own voice part. So I sing on baritone, tenor, countertenor, and I also sing on alto. So my voice part doesn't fall on. So try and experiment, try and work on this thing. Don't forget, I started with the soprano, I moved to mezzo soprano and the alto. So just replay the video and try to do what I just did now. So that is that on voice part. And if you have any question, you want a personal class, you can contact me. I'm always with my musical instruments, and I'll help you to get your own voice part and your own vocal range. Because the next exercise we are going to do is very important for you to know your voice part. If you don't know it, it will be challenging for you to carry that out. So that is that on the component of singing. So the next thing we are going to do now is vocal warm-up. Vocal warm-up. Vocal warm-up. So there are, I've prepared like 7 vocal warm-ups for you that you can use to practice at home. Yes. So make sure you practicalize everything that you are watching in this video. If you can practicalize all these things, it's going to be helpful for you. So the first vocal warm-up that we'll be looking at is the humming, making the sound. That is, when somebody asks you a question, you can't hear the person very well. You say, So you make the sound of that's sound. The next one is the lip tree. The lip tree. That one is giving your lips exercise. You exercise your lips. So what do? You make this sound.